This video contains explicit content. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, this is your last chance. This is going to get really fucking offensive.
What's going on? Glad to see you. I'm here to tell you some stories.
Square, the people have a voice too.
I think it's awful. I don't think we need him in town.
I used to like Ferrigno. Now I think he's the biggest asshole. What the fuck? You're not supposed to touch. You know. Oh my God! This is fucked up. Fuck over. Oh. Ferrigno was doing triceps on a machine again, and I was doing triceps right next to him. And I was trying to go so heavy to hang out, you know, like to hang with the other guys, that when I would put, like, I was 160 pounds, I'd put like 200 pounds and try to get it down, and the fucking thing was lifting me up off the ground. And I remember my Christian coming over and going, Greg, can I ask you a question? Well, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is that exercise? Because I was over there jumping, I would jump, you know what I mean? It was an insane time. But you know what? It's a time that I personally would never, ever give up, because so much, it really molded me. And in bodybuilding, the guys today, it's not like that anymore, you know? I remember sitting upstairs, going in a locker room, and Robbie Robinson was sitting there like this, in his underwear, staring at a locker, just like this, in his underwear. I'd go and I'd work out, literally 2 hours later, I'd go upstairs, he's still sitting in the same spot. That's the kind of shit. These guys were all fucking whacked, you know what I mean? One time, I'm walking to the gym. I'll never forget this. And out in California, the houses are really, you know, it's not like where I'm from in New York. The houses are really close to the path, like where you'd walk, you know? And I'm walking, and ironically, the Barbarian brothers were at this guy's house.
Soar like an eagle, you want to be the best. You got to be yourself, then not follow all the rest.
And I see birds all outside, and they're pecking like this on a sidewalk. And I'm, look at these like mob of birds. And I see I think it was Peter Barbarian, was over the railing and throwing up. I mean, these guys had a thing about it. They would eat and vomit. By the way, Arnold vomited too. Arnold used to vomit. Okay, not all the time, but if he had food in his stomach, he would throw up when he worked out. But anyway, this guy was vomiting over the railing of an apartment house, and it was going onto the sidewalk, and the birds were eating it. How's that for a nutritious meal? But Joe Gold used to making fun of me all the time out there because I'm pale white. And he used to, and everybody out there's tan, you know, sunglasses. I know, you know. He used to call me Mr. New York Tan. New York Tan, you know, get it? Because, you know, you're white, it's winter, you're white, you're pale. So he would break my chops. And I remember I would go into tanning beds out there in the Gold's Gym. And I remember Andreas Cowling banging on the fucking door. He used to cry because I always would tan. If I knew he wanted a tan, I can tell when he was on the bike upstairs and he was almost done. I always knew. So I don't know, I wanted to fuck with him. So I go in that tanning bed and I would stay in there and he'd fucking freak out. I mean, he would fucking freak out. I remember one time I was out there and I was training with Reggie Jackson. And you gotta understand, I'm a Yankee fan, man. And I was like training with Jesus to me, you know? He actually pissed me off because every time a girl would come by, he would look at her ass and he'd say something. He would even whistle. Like this. And the girl would turn and look at him, and I'd be like, oh my God, I hope she knows that's him and not me. I was there when they filmed Pumping Iron the Women. And Mike Menser was having a problem with one of these European guys. His name was Julian Blumhardt. Okay? I think he's dead. I don't know. You can Google him. But I know that was his name, Julian Blumhardt. He was like the Dutch IFBB official or something. And you know when you look in the magazines and you see that picture of all the guys out in front of Gold's Gym, that day, I saw Julian Blumhardt. I don't know what he said to Mike Mentzer, but one of the guys that was in that picture was a big bodybuilder, walks up and punches Julian Blumhardt right where the water fountain was and knocked him through the wall. Knocked him so hard, it split his lip up, and he went through the wall into the next room. That's how hard he hit him. He was a big fat, official. It was a nut house. And Mike Christian, who I became friends with, I remember going to Mike Christian's house. He actually gave me the Underground Steroid Handbook. It was so cool, I didn't even know what the hell it was, but he goes, here, check this out. He actually was a caretaker. He had just won Mr. California. He wasn't even a pro. And he actually took care of like a hotel or something like that. I remember he used to take care of the pool. And it was like a maid's quarters. And he lived in a maid's quarters with a girl. Remember, she made soup, and she was asking me, do you want soup, But I was in his house, and he gave me the Underground Steroid Handbook. Anyway, and he was a good guy. I really liked Mike Christian. He was a very charismatic guy. And we got along really well. But he had a side to him that was, if you got him mad, don't fucking piss him off. Don't fucking piss. Now, I saw him one time go after Victor. Victor Richards and I had a run-in. It's ironic because right now I'm working with Muscle Sport Mag, and we kind of just got Victor Richards on board, and we're good. He pissed off Mike Christian one day. He was in a really, really bad mood. In the back of Gold's Gym, there's a chain link fence, like a schoolyard fence, that stops you from going. There's a big bay door that you open it up, big bay door, and then there was a chain link fence to stop people from coming in and out. And there was a little parking lot back there. And Victor Richards was in a parking lot. I remember he was like this on the chain link fence, looking in, and he's telling Mike Christian, "Please, Mike, I didn't do nothing, Mike." And Mike told him, "You motherfucker, you come in this gym and I'm gonna fucking kill you. You know what the fuck." And he took a step like this, and even with the chain link fence, I could see Victor was nervous, Honestly, that's where I was educated about steroids, because Dan Duchesne and a guy named Mike Zumpano, who works with Unipro, I believe he was a Unipro guy, he was the one who wrote this Underground Steroid Handbook with Dan Duchesne. And they had me upstairs, and I was only like 20, 21 at the time. And they were telling me, you know what, you're too young, don't even do it. You gotta wait till, I would wait till about 24, 25, which to me today, I still think that that's too young. But they were the ones who actually told me what steroids were and all. That's how I really learned. It was out there and them telling me about it. After Christian gave me that Underground Steroid Handbook, I wanted to know who wrote it. And the guy, Mike Zumpano, had an office upstairs in Gold's Gym. But that's the kind of stuff that went on every day. I mean, you would see movie stars, Olympic athletes. You would see all these pros. Look, I trained with Reggie Jackson. You would see all these celebrities there, and it was just a melting pot, and everybody would do crazy, crazy stuff. It was such an awesome time, and it's sad because, today bodybuilders don't gather at one gym to train, for like the Olympia, but back then they all gathered in one place at one time. And it just made the Gold's Gym such a special place to be. And I'll tell you what, when I came back home to New York, I had so much more in me, and it actually helped me to take my bodybuilding to the next level. And it was those kind of things. It was a flavor. It had flavor.
Tune into Generation Iron Podcast with Kai Green every Wednesday.